Welcome back, Hawk fans, to your on-campus interview. I'm here with Colton. Colton, I'll have you introduce yourself.
I'm Colton Zubach, and I'm on the rodeo team here at DSU.
Perfect. All right, we'll get started. What first got you interested in rodeo, and how did you end up at DSU?
Well, I've rodeoed my whole life. It's something my family's done for years. I originally came to DSU to play basketball, but I wanted to get into rodeo, and I had some friends on the rodeo team, and they told me to come practice with them, and I liked it, and next thing you know, I was on the rodeo team, too.
Perfect. And do you have a role model that you like to emulate through rodeo?
Yeah, I would say my hero in team roping is Eric Rogers. It's someone I really wanted to rope like, and he's a superstar.
And what events do you compete in rodeo?
I team rope and calf rope, but I'm mainly a team roper. That's my favorite, and that's what I love to do.
And can you explain what that is a little bit?
So you have you and a partner, and I'm the header, so I'll rope the head of the steer, and after I rope the head, my heeler comes around and heels 2 feet, usually, hopefully. That's the plan.
That's the goal?
Yeah, that's the goal.
Do you have a favorite memory of the rodeo team or being at DSU in general?
Since I've been here, I'd probably have to say maybe winning North Platte. That's pretty cool, I guess. Yeah. Maybe taking second here last year. I don't know. That's cool, too.
And what role does teamwork play in such an individualized sport?
Well, in my event, it's huge because I have to rope the head and turn the steer, but I have to depend on my heeler to rope 2 feet. And it's the only event where it's actually a team sport, but I mean, it's big. It's big in team roping.
How do you feel about the new egg building project, and what do you think that's going to do for the rodeo team?
I'm super excited. I can't wait for it to get built. That indoor facility is going to be super nice, and it'll be a big upgrade, and it'll make the rodeo team a lot better, and I think it'll benefit everyone.
Yeah, for sure. And we ask everyone on Hawk Talk,
yeah,
what does DSU mean to you?
DSU to me means a fun place with a small knit community of students and a fun place to be at, and yeah, I don't know how to explain that really, but
thank you, Colton, so much. Good luck with the rest of your rodeo things. Competitions, is that what they're called?
Just rodeos.
Rodeos?
Yeah.
Rodeos, perfect. All right, to Xander in studio.
Perfect. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Hawk Talk. I'm your in-studio host, Xander Beeson. I am back from recovering from knee surgery. You guys can't see it, but I have the brace on and everything. I'm all good. Everything went well. Appreciate everyone who reached out to me, especially this guy. We were joined by a very special guest, a very dear friend of mine. I will have you introduce yourself to the people.
Hi, I'm Nathaniel Jilek. I'm from Dickinson, North Dakota, and this is my 4th year of college.
Very nice. Obviously you said you're from Dickinson, but what made you choose to go to Dickinson State University?
Yep, so for the longest time I had decided I want to play sports in college. So I basically told myself wherever they want me to play sports, that's where I'll go. So yeah, originally I didn't really want to go to DSU, of course, wanted to go bigger, better places, but as I was getting recruited, it really caught my eye, and I really enjoyed the coaches, and I thought the facilities are really, really nice, and so and then as I realized too, during my senior year at Trinity, that I actually really enjoy Dickinson. Yeah. And so I was willing to stay here for some more years, and so far I've really enjoyed it.
Yeah. Obviously you are, actually we'll ask you this first, then we'll get into that. What all are you involved with at DSU?
Yeah, so I am super involved.
Exactly.
And so I play baseball, I play football, I'm in the choir, I'm part of a club, Blue Hawk Catholic. I am a part of the Theodore Roosevelt Honors Leadership Program. I am an RA, and I am a tutor.
Dang. Like I was saying before we started recording, I think he is the most decorated guest we've had. Obviously we had President Orton, but that's kind of default. He's the president, and he kind of gets that high, but I think in terms of how many different things someone's involved with, I think you take the cake. I think you have the most. Obviously very, very, very busy schedule you have. How do you, like, just even playing 2 sports alone is probably pretty difficult. How do you balance the athletics as well as the TR honors? It's very important to keep your grades up. How do you balance all that?
Yeah, so it is a lot. And so, of course, prioritizing things rightly and having good time management skills. And there's also, like, there's not a whole lot of wasted time that you have. So in your little gaps of time, you're just always doing something. So it's important to stay organized, and I have a to-do list and tasks I need to get done. And so whenever I have a little time or gap or have time to do stuff, I'm sitting down doing something. So, and then if there's moments that you notice, like, I'm on my phone here a little bit too much, or I'm just kind of wasting time here, you can eliminate that and fill that with things you need to do. And so just always doing something.
Yeah, I think I need to work on that a little more. I downloaded that game Block Blast on my phone. It's consumed me.
Yeah.
But I still get my grades in. I still got my grades up. We're good.
Yeah.
Obviously, football season just wrapped up. You were named All Conference for the 2nd year in a row. 2nd team All Conference, whether it's first team, second team, honorable mentions, obviously a big deal. What's it like to now be a 2-time All Conference football player? Is that something you kind of figured would happen when you were first day at DSU, or is it something what's that like for you?
Yeah, first and foremost, I mean, yeah, it's an honor, and I'm very grateful. And of course, me receiving that award, other people deserve it as well, you know. Of course, give glory to God always for giving me the opportunity, and then of course my teammates and coaches, how supportive they are, and coaches putting me in the role and stuff, and then teammates doing their job to make me look better too.
Exactly.
So yeah, I'm very, 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 very honored to be All Conference twice, and I would say no, I didn't expect it. Coming to DSU, you know, I just feel like I'm a skinny small town kid, small school kid, but you know, working hard and developing. The coaches have done a great job, and then. You know, sometimes, you don't feel like you deserve it or you think it's coming, but then it does. So you just kind of work hard and do your best and see what happens.
That's awesome. So, like, obviously we just said, football season just ended, unfortunately, for the Blue Hawk football team. You're now transitioning into your baseball season. What's that transition like? And around this time of the year with football, are you thinking about baseball a little bit, or are you just completely locked into football the whole time, and then once it ends is when you're getting into baseball, and vice versa, obviously? Yeah,
for the most part, I'm pretty locked into whatever sport I'm in. It is, of course, playing 2 sports. I get the question a lot, well, what's your favorite?
Yeah.
So I always just tell people the one I'm playing.
Yeah.
And so I do, actually, I stay pretty locked into the one I'm in. And then the transition is kind of different every year, depending on weather outside or the schedules of the 2 or kind of how I'm feeling. So sometimes I'll do things here and there with the team just to get acclimated again, practice here and there, or a treadmill workout or something like that. Just kind of depending on how my body feels after football. But for the most part, though, you kind of take the rest of the year off and takes the winter break off, and then once January comes around and we start full spring practicing and conditioning stuff, that's when I join the baseball team full force.
That's awesome. What are your expectations, goals you have for this upcoming baseball season?
So not terribly many. I try not to get too so much set on goal setting. Have to do this, have to do that. But it's my last season. It's my last year of baseball, so I've been playing baseball for a long time. So first and foremost, just have fun and enjoy it. Get to know the new guys, the new transfers. Try to be a good leader and lead them and continue this program that was brought back. So. But other than that, you know, it's always nice you want to have a successful season.
Yeah,
so of course, obviously. You know, you want to start, you want to be a good starter and put up some good stats and stuff. But and then hopefully, you know, the team can compete for a conference championship. So of course, those are the season goals.
This is the question I told you was coming. We've talked about this before. I think this answer is actually on TikTok somewhere.
Oh boy.
I know his answer, but I love it so much. I want him to share with you guys. Who on the football team would you not let date your daughter?
So I believe my answer earlier was anybody, nobody. Anybody has the opportunity to date my daughter, because I believe that I will date my daughter or raise my daughter right.
So you're date your daughter?
I'm not going to date my daughter. I will raise my daughter right and know that she won't date anybody. So there'll be guys that she won't give the time of day to.
Exactly.
And so I won't be so strict on that because I'll trust her to make good decisions. So hopefully I'll raise her right.
It's a very great, like I said, I think Hawk Talk host Chris Kistler, I think that video is on his TikTok account. He also did one about who would you let date your daughter, and you were one of the runaway answers for that. So that's just hats off to you for being a great stand-up guy. He's a great guy. Love Nathaniel Jilek. I remember meeting him freshman year. I was like, who's this skinny little dorky kid with the Walmart football gloves on. But hey, to this day, one of the best people I've ever met. So I love you. I love you, Jilek. I love you, man.
Thanks so much.
Obviously, like you said, two-sport athlete, very hard. What is kind of your advice for younger athletes that may just be going in, wanting to play college sports, whether it's one sport, two sports? What's kind of the advice you have for them?
Yeah, just keep going. Don't get stressed. I remember the summer before being here as a freshman for football, you know, the first part I remember is getting sent the playbook for the defense, and it was, you know, this thick.
I've seen the install book for defense.
And so, of course, the first thought is, there's no way. There's no way I can do this. There's no way. And so, you know, and showing up and all these guys seem like that I have it all figured out. And so, of course, I kind of mentioned earlier, I just felt like I was some skinny kid from a small school. I thought no way I deserved to be playing college football. But slowly but surely, you know, you just keep working hard, keep at it at practice, and then and they'll develop you. The coaches and teammates are very supportive, and it'll work out. It always works out.
Yeah, next thing you know, you're a two-time all-conference football player.
Next thing you know.
Next thing you know. When it's all said and done for you at DSU, what are your plans? What's next for Nathaniel Jilek?
Yeah, so I have recently just switched. I used to be business administration. I'm now business education.
Oh, okay.
I've decided that education is the route that I would like to go. So to be a teacher and coach is the immediate plans, and maybe move up the ranks, maybe athletic director or admin. So it's the plans.
I love that. Awesome. Last question for you. We ask this to everybody that comes on Hawk Talk. What does DSU mean to you?
Well, I was told that I can't say family or community.
You can. It just gets boring. Respect to no shot at anybody that's been on Hawk Talk. As the person that interviews all these people, you hear the same answer over and over and over. You want to hear something else. Obviously, I know it's very different for you because you're from this community. It's an awesome community. The town loves the college, so you kind of get that from you. But I just want to hear something different. What do you got?
Yeah. So aside from the fact that it's a good family and a great community, kind of related to it, I don't know if they're still up, but there used to be billboards on the interstate that had small community, big opportunity.
Yeah, I think those are still up, Blue Hawk Country.
Yeah, so I really always liked that. I thought that was good. So of course, great small community that feels like a family, but big opportunity too. So, you know, even now we're a small school that doesn't seem much and insignificant, but gosh, you can go anywhere and do anything with it. Yeah. And so even just being in very supportive programs of when I was just a business major and how good the business program was, and then now being in education and seeing all the education professors and how supportive they are and how much they enjoy teaching students and getting them ready for their careers and stuff, as it has really meant a lot to me. And so just kind of, you know, being excited to continue these classes and then excited to be a future educator, and then to be able to tell kids like, hey, you want a good college choice? Go to DSU.
Yeah, it's cheap, it's fun, it's a good time. There's been, like you said, there's been some people that have gone and done great things. Just like off the top of my head, there's a coach for the Minnesota Vikings that went to DSU, Dalman Gibson. Shout out Dalman Gibson. I believe there was someone that was on Shark Tank last year. I can't remember his name. That's gonna sound bad, but he played basketball here, and he had like him and his fiance came up with some product for like a nursing product. So good for them. That's all we have for you, Nathaniel. I appreciate you coming on. I was very excited for this interview. Like I said, one of the more decorated people I've ever met, one of the nicest people I've ever met. We didn't even ask you, we didn't even get in, before we go, tell me about choir. How'd you get into that? I'm sorry, I completely, you're actually here for choir, and I completely forgot to.
Yeah, that's all right. So, first and foremost, I feel like I am not deserved to talk about choir at all. I'm in choir because I enjoy it and it's fun, but there's much better people out there that are in the choir that they deserve to talk about it. But so I'm very supportive and enjoy being in choir, and I enjoy the people that I'm with it in. But that was something. It kind of started a while ago when I was in high school. My parents had a rule: if you wanted to play sports, you had to be in a fine art as well. So art or drama or choir. And so right away, I didn't really like the sport. I just wanted to play sports all the time. Yeah. But then eventually, as a sophomore in high school, I joined choir and enjoyed it, and then haven't looked back since, pretty much. So there has been semesters that I've taken off that I didn't think I was gonna. It's kind of funny. In high school, I was super involved in everything. So I told myself in college, I'm not going to be super involved. I'll focus on my sports and that's it. Yeah. And then here I got to college, and then I decided, you know what, I want to be involved in everything again. You know, it's just more fun, you know. And so after my first semester of college, I wasn't in choir, and then I don't know, I kind of missed it and stuff, so I decided to join it again. So I was in choir that semester, and then I took my sophomore year off because I think it didn't work in my schedule with classes or not. But then just last year, the choir director, Mackenzie Hicks, asked me, she said, what do I have to do to get you in choir again? And I said, well, let me just check my schedule.
Yeah.
And it worked out, so I joined choir again, and I've been in it ever since. So that's how I'm in choir.
That's awesome. I think one of my favorite memories at DSU was when you guys sang the national anthem before a game, and we were all lined up on the sideline, getting ready for the American hymn, and just looking out and seeing all the choir people, and then just far right in the back row, Nathaniel Jilek in full pads, the 39. I think you still had your gloves on too.
Maybe.
Probably. I think you did. You had the
Probably.
arm sleeve and the
I think
gloves on.
it was super cold that game too. So.
It's North Dakota. It was probably pretty cold, but
yeah.
now that's everything we have. I appreciate
Yeah.
you coming on, Nathaniel, and we'll see you guys next week.
Welcome back to 60 Seconds with Orton. I'm your 60 Seconds with Orton host. You're trying to look at the questions. Let's not do that. I'm here with President Orton. First question. Well, really like the 18th question. I don't know how many of these we've done.
But that's all right.
Do we have a mentor? Do you have a mentor?
Do we? We do. You have a mentor. I don't know who that is, but do I have a mentor? I've had numerous throughout my life. Yes. They continuously come and go. I don't even know how to even say it. The people that are my mentors are nobody would know. So
Okay. Who would you say your mentor is right now?
you.
Oh, thank you.
What's up, Hawk fans? This is Emma Welch back with your DSU Sports Recap. The men's wrestling team is headed to Bismarck State today, so keep an eye out for those results. The men's and women's indoor track team headed to Bismarck last week to compete in the Mike Thorson Open. The women's team took second and the men's team took fourth. The two teams are headed to Fargo for another meet this week, so keep an eye open for those results. The men's basketball team played against Carroll College and took home the victory with a score of 90-81. Both the men's and women's basketball teams are headed to Jamestown tomorrow, and next week the men's team will take on Midland at home. That's all I got for you guys this week. Thank you so much to our Hawk Talk sponsors, Consolidated, for the support. And as always, Hawks are up.